Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It is time for Tuesday Talks, all right? I'm here, sitting in the yellow Porsche, all right? Life's good. I'm out in Connecticut. I'm actually waiting on the tow truck. It's a whole different video, but main topic for today's Tuesday Talks is customers, okay? I've been going through this with a couple of my friends who do a couple other platforms where they sell live streaming. Some sell on eBay like myself, some sell only at sneaker shows, and we're all having a problem because we're all trying to figure out the best way to acquire customers. Now, the reason I say the best way to acquire customers is because acquiring customers sometimes is one of the most intricate things you can do in a business. The reason I say that is because most big businesses have a thing called a cost per customer, meaning they'll know exactly what it'll cost them per customer to actually get that person to come in and shop, meaning they'll break it down how many people come in the door versus how much money they put into the marketing. So what I want to let you guys know is whatever you're selling your product, whatever you're selling, is it tires on Facebook Marketplace, if you're selling shoes on Instagram, if you're selling insurance packages as an insurance broker, make sure that you focus on your customer, okay? I think I'm gonna calm down a little bit and slow down. I think the good thing about these Tuesday Talks is this stuff has just been on my mind because this stuff that I see everybody going through when I talk to other entrepreneurs. What I mean by that also is that I'll give you a few examples. Me, myself, I have my store for 12 years. I have had stores in Milwaukee, Dallas, and online for that amount of time. I've been selling online, selling on eBay, selling on Amazon. I done it all. I then picked up stuff, dropped it off, and picked it up again. So the good thing about that is I have a customer base that is built on all those platforms that have done business with me, good or bad. I'm gonna be honest, good or bad. Let's say it's 80-20, good or bad. And they know that I'm a real person. I do real business, and we're just not a fake account on Instagram that pops up with a new page. That helps with us having a store, but also the credibility started with me just being me, driving around and buying stuff out my van. So the most important thing is your customer. I'm gonna get back to the topic. What I want to let you guys know is on some platforms, you are not the focus, the bigger brand is. I'll give you an example with me, eBay. I sell on eBay, right? I understand that when I acquire a customer on eBay, it is more at random. They didn't go search Trusted Kicks, that's the name of the store, and try to see what I have for sale. They searched the product, found the product, and it happened to be in my store. So what that means is that benefited actually eBay more than it benefited me, because eBay was the platform that they went to. Now, what I want to let you guys know is the most important thing is when you have an eBay sale, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, you're able to put things inside the package. Meaning I ordered a starter jacket the other day. A lady wrote me a nice wrote note, and I went ahead and left her good feedback because that's what she wanted per the note. She also asked per the note, if any issues, please contact her before leaving negative feedback. I wish I had did this. Now going forward, I will, because I know that printing up those little cards, I probably won't handwrite them. But printing them up, it probably cost me like $80 for like 1,000, way cheaper probably. But that card was able to let me know if I had any issues just to message her before I left a negative feedback on eBay. That's an issue I had recently. I mailed somebody something, he had an issue with the product. I would have just gave him a refund. I would have let him keep the product. He left a negative feedback because he couldn't figure out how to request a refund because I don't accept refunds. If he would have messaged me, I'd have said, bro, I'm gonna send you the $22. Don't worry about the feedback. Matter of fact, leave me good feedback and you can have the shorts. Pay for the cleaners. But now I got negative feedback because he wants to return them, and all he wanted was a return. I gave him like $15 off. It was only like $22. I might have lost money, but you know, it wasn't worth the negative feedback. So that's one thing I learned is when you're acquiring a customer through certain platforms, you can do things. Now, I'm not sure. Somebody in the comments, comment below, because Tuesday Talks, we all working together as a community. Y'all let me know when you sell stuff on Alias, which is GOAT or StockX, can I slip a little card in there to say, check out Trusted Kicks? I know they don't. No, I know they don't. Let me slow down. eBay doesn't have an authenticator in the middle for most products other than sneakers. So I'm wondering if on StockX that has a authenticator, I'm wondering if the authenticator will pull that card out because they don't want cross marketing, or they don't want that person to feel like they bought something from a person that wasn't StockX. That's why StockX puts their tag on it. Whatnot. I know Whatnot, you're going directly to the customer. I know the customer is your customer because they're shopping with you on stream. But not just Whatnot, all live streaming customers, what I want you to know is you need to make sure that you're converting that customer over from your stream to your Instagram to your TikTok. You need to incentivize different things so that they know to go to those platforms to see steals and deals. And also you can give cheaper prices on those platforms because you're not paying the transfer rate or the sale rate or the fee that those platforms are charging. And also, if you ever get kicked off these platforms or get booted off these platforms, you have a way to reach your customers. All right, that's number one. Number two, give me a second. Number two, when you got customers, all right, we're gonna fast forward. When you get the customers, take care of them. I got customers right now. Let's say I got 100 customers in the room. It's 10 of them right now that are upset with me. And I'm gonna be transparent. My brother is one of them. He ordered a mystery box from me a while. I didn't ship it. I'm not going to act like we're perfect, okay? But what I want you guys to know is when you see flaws in your business, you can change it today. Meaning, like, I see flaws in my business, meaning that I do content all day, every day on my Instagram story for free. I need to have a situation like this where I can just take my thoughts that I would normally just put on my story and just compile them and list them for the video. So what you want to do is when you see you got faults, and you see that they're affecting your customer, you want to fix that because your customer is the most important thing. Now, what I want to let you guys know, just from personal, me just being me, personally, me myself, what I learned is when I have a customer, I want to keep that customer, meaning discounts, refunds, shipping, or you got a problem they don't fit, bring it back. That's only because I know if you bought something once, you're bound to buy something 10 times. Now, in the world that I'm in, I can do that because they're low-cost items. When I'm selling cars, it's a little different. It might not be. It might be as is. I might not be able to take your car back and give you the money back. That's just not the way that market works. So you're going to use this information in a way that works for your market. But I'm just giving you my thoughts from being in the moving business, from being in the trucking business as a tow truck, from being in the barbershop business. I've been in multiple businesses. And I'm not going to say they were all successes because like a businessman, you win and you will lose. I'm just telling you the things I learned from each business, which is the most important thing. So the third thing I learned is, the last video was good. I think it was kind of long, so I'm gonna keep this on like 10 minutes. The third thing is, and I'll make sure I get my thoughts right. The third thing is most important, execution, okay? I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? I probably about 75% with the execution. I want to get to 85, 90, okay? Execution means once you get the customers, now let's just be honest, all right? Sorry if it's leaning because I'm holding it without no tripod. Once you get the customers, it may be easy. Sorry about that. It may be easy once you get the customers. Is that route? Okay. It may be easy once you get the customers to focus on the money. Now, the reason I say that is because, as a lot of you people know, it's a lot of influencers nowadays who don't even need capital. They just need their influence to affect their fans to become customers. Good example, Kylie Jenner. No offense to her, and it's not offense, it's actually a good business idea by her, is that they took her brand and her customers and did what? Made them into, and took their fans and her brand and made them into customers with the cosmetics. Rihanna made her music fans, made them customers with Fenty. That's what you want to do, all right? So even on social media, if you're just building a brand, you can turn those branded followers into customers if you provide a product. Execution was the beginning of this topic because once you get the fans, you got to execute. It's easier for Kylie Jenner because she teamed up with the right people. Me, myself, I did team up with the right people because I have the right employees, but I'm learning going forward, I can watch the right people, I can get mentors, I can join masterminds. It's things more I can do every day to make myself a better owner so that these businesses are running better, all right? Execution is gonna help me also make one business better, but make the other businesses better simultaneously. A good example, my eBay. We're making constant sales. We did $5,000 in the last 30 days, all right, in sales. That's all sales, that's not profit. Let's just say we profited $1,000, just to be fair, because I got to pay people. I just want to bring in stuff right now, so I'm buying a lot of inventory. But what I'm learning is that that's going to take a different level of organization than my sneakers, because the sneakers are moving, the Trusted Kicks business is moving products, sneakers and clothes within 2 to 3 days, when the eBay business maybe 2 to 3 months. So what I'm doing is what? Organization has to be better for the eBay business. But that organization is trickling down to the sneaker business. So what you want to do is, if you execute in other parts of your life, working out, working on cars, bettering your diet, all that will help you towards being a better entrepreneur. And as I scratch my head, another thing I want to let everybody know, I'm never targeting the people who work a job 9 to 5. Actually, if you ask me, you guys are the best entrepreneurs. You work your job, you get your check, you know where your income is coming in, and then you're able with your household, that's your business. If you ask me, my opinion, that's your business. You're able to take your business, household, who you gonna feed, what bills you gonna pay, extra expenses for vacation, your kids, that's your business, okay? So when I say entrepreneur, I'm just talking to anybody, everyday life. I'm not just talking to somebody who own a business. Even though you guys who own a business are probably watching this, it's a little bit of both, you know, because if you own a business, your real life is a business also. eBay, my life, and Trusted Kicks are all businesses that I own. So I just want you guys to know that never get down on yourself. I'm gonna end this with a good tip. Rapid fire. I made sure I wrote this down. Rapid fire. Just 3 things rapid fire. First thing rapid fire is I am going to make sure I'm doing content. I need 1 buying video a week from Trusted Kicks. I got a schedule now. Execution. So 1 buying video a week. I need 1 video about the cars, which is at the auction, or just a good auction video about the car dealerships, about the market. I also need a video about the Porsche every 2 weeks because that's good for the algorithm on YouTube. And I can't create another channel because I got all my subscribers here. And once I monetize this channel, then I'll be able to do that. But until then, I need all the clickbait, which I could get. So I am sitting inside of a new Porsche I got, but that's a whole nother video. Tip on the way out. Always give you a tip on the way out. This is rapid fire for the top of my brain. I didn't think of this one before, but this is something I always say. If every day you pour into your life, if every day you pour into your job, if every day you pour into sewing, if every day you pour I'm slow down. If every day you pour into swimming, if every day you pour into speaking slower, if every day you pour into content, if every day you pour into spreadsheets, if every day you pour into your tax bill, if every day you pour into your car note, things will get better. Every day. It doesn't start next week, it starts today. It actually started yesterday, but if you start today, when it's tomorrow, that would have been yesterday. You see that mind mess up? So, content is here. This is the 2nd edition of Trusted Talks. Tuesday Talks, excuse me. See, I'm still messing up the name. Comment below, like, subscribe. And on the way out, I didn't post that video quick enough because what? The game came on, so I lost $100. What did I learn this time? I will not post this video. No, I will not. I'm going to make sure this video goes up in enough time so that when it goes up, that time will allow me to what? Post it and get enough people to enter the giveaway so I can maximize on the $100 I'm gonna give away. Let's do it, y'all. Trusted Rico, signing out.